Good morning, sunshine.
Welcome to the real world. Whoa! Mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin with free air. Here's the second best, okay?
GM. So, trade of the day. Not much, I would say. This is Friday's New York close level. That's where the session ended for the long weekend. We also have let's get some of these levels on. We have the monthly open there, September's monthly open. We have weekly open for, let's just look for this week. Here we go. So you've got New York close above, you've got September's open, monthly open above, you've got the weekly open below. And really, the market is just, wait a minute, second, oh yeah, sorry, okay, all good. And I would just, if I was trading today, I would trade in efficiency. So I'd be looking at BTC moved up, and if you go, I think, to a 5 minute, you can see this move up that we've had so far has come up into this little gap here and filled it in. So that was the last untested area. So price moved up, it pushed, it retested, and then it broke down, left a gap, and then broke down, left a couple of gaps, and so we've come up and we filled those in, filled all that in overnight, or not overnight really, early this morning. So then looking below, I mean the most obvious area that is untested is all the way down here, and I would say there's still incentive for buyers to step in. So unless you see some, you want to see more weakness here, you'd like to see price actually breaking below there and failing there. If it does that, it's probably going to head towards this gap again. Otherwise, there's liquidity above, there's a monthly open untested, there's a couple of breakdown points, there's Friday's New York close. The New York close is important too because that's where the session closed. And everything that's happened since, we spent Saturday and gone into Sunday trading above that level. Then we went below it, we had a washout, we had a flush down, start of the month, quite a bit of selling, market trying to bounce and sort of recover back up. So like all else being equal, by tomorrow, so Tuesday sort of 1:30, should be over about here, when the New York opens again, you'd expect it to be somewhere around that level. That would be pretty normal. So we're not, even though Bitcoin's rallied up today, it's not too high, right? It's certainly not like overbought by any means. It's actually still below where the last session close was. So shorting here, I'd wait for more weakness and then look at price to come back into some of these areas. There's also an area there where it might drop in. It might come back. It might just hold there. We might spend some time consolidating at this level. Is it going to go back and revisit these lows again so soon? Not sure. We had a flush out on Sunday. We had a retest, a lengthy retest that held. Seems like that level is holding for now. Now, you have to also remember though, all this is going on in the context of the pivot level, which is right around here. Forget it. Different at each exchange, was basically around, that, 59.3 sort of area. And so you've got that going on. We're slightly above it at the moment. Everything below that for me is weakness, right? Bitcoin is showing weakness on these lower time frames. Certainly we haven't shifted any trends back to bullish yet. However, I think the market's going to be waiting to see what happens whenever the session proper begins tomorrow. We have some of this data coming in this week. So tomorrow's probably where you see more movement. Now, given that today is just a holiday, and it could be something similar to Sunday, where Sunday opened with a dump all the way down and then rallied back up towards the end of the day. This day has been opposite. We've actually started off with a rally up and we might retrace back down. Could do. But really you're sort of clutching at straws to find anything super impactful here. And so I would keep it simple and just look at inefficiencies. So gaps below that have been untested, and gaps above, which we did fill. So we filled that gap above. There's more, if you look further up, there's definitely more. And you've got the opens and all that. So, I mean, for me, I'd be waiting for clear signs of weakness and then maybe scalping it between these levels. There is a slight build-up of open interest here. If you look at, let me see here. You can see since we pushed up into the highs, there's been some open interest building up, but it's not, the grand scheme of things, it's not a lot. It's about 1,000 contracts, so it's about roughly 58 million, which really is not much. But since the bottom, there's been a big build up. Now, a lot of that was kind of sideways, moving up along with price. And in total, what's that up from? 173, 174,000, yeah, about 200 million. So, not much to be honest. Like BTC spent the first part of the month, so the early part of September, moving down, but open interest was absolutely flying up. Then it flushed out, squeezed up, took out some of those shorts, dumped down, took out some of the longs. So anyone trading the kind of Monday session seems to have pretty much been taken out. The build up of positions, the unwind of positions for Bitcoin to make its way lower. And here today we're seeing even less. So my expectation would be for a relatively quiet, low volatility session, and we'll see how that goes. Overall, I think down is more likely, if we don't see any kind of continuation here, but it's not far away and it's not hard for it to squeeze a little bit higher. So, if you're looking at maybe the best trade to get it lower, it might drop a bit, it might squeeze. Let me see, it might drop a bit, it might sweep that level, and then you'll see some proper weakness to take it down. It could need another sweep towards the New York close level or something like that, or just towards these highs. That might be more enticing to trade over in that area. Otherwise, we'll not overdo it today. If I see anything or take any trades, I'll let you know. Probably going to be a quiet day. Good day to do testing. I'm going to record some lessons, record the monthly preview. I've got 2 streams today. Ask Michael at 4, Mentorship Monday for Blue Belts at 6. See you then. GM.